This is a bell receiver model 2425. I bought this at a rummage sale in the summer of 1984 for, if I remember correctly, around $15. And anyway, when I moved out of my house in '04, I was living in an apartment, so this is what I was using at the time in the apartments. And I was noticing that shortly after I moved down to Georgia, that it seemed like it wasn't having the power that it used to have. So I assumed that the output tubes, which are 6V6 output tubes, were getting weak. So when I tested them, they seemed fine, and it turned out when I checked the rectifier tubes that the one that supplied the B plus power to the amplifier section had gone weak. Well, this uses two rectifier tubes that used to sit back here. The tube that was over here supplied the B plus power to the tuner. The one over here supplied the B plus power to the amplifier section. And anyway, from my experiences from these kind of rectifier tubes, which is a 6CA4, they're usually either good or they're bad. And generally when they go bad, they short out. So anyway, I went ahead and ordered a new one, which was this one. And it's a Electro-Harmonics. And it lasted about 3 months, and then it shorted out. And it blew the fuse. So I ordered another one for it. And I ordered this one here. It was a groove tube. And I remember back in the 80s, at least if I remember correctly, that back then I thought that these were good tubes, and then after I got this one here and had it in the amp, I started reading that groove tubes were cheap tubes. So anyway, this one here lasted about 3 months, and then same thing happened. It shorted out, which took the transformer out with it, and the transformer is now over there on the floor. I'm using it as a door stop, so when I have the house fan on and have the windows open, the door doesn't suck shut. So anyway, when I was going, so it went into storage, and as I was going through my storage and emptying everything out, I came across this old transformer that I pulled out of an old black and white console TV back in the mid-80s, and it was being junked because it was behind an old TV shop that I used to go to. And when I saw this, I kind of wondered, at the time that I bought this or got this transformer out of that TV, I thought it was kind of neat because I had two rectifier tubes sticking out the top of it, and so that's why I took it out, because I just thought it'd be kind of neat just to have sitting around as a conversation piece with no intent on using it. Then when I came across it in my storage, I thought it'd be kind of, or I kind of wondered if maybe this thing here might have the right voltages for this thing, because the original power transformer had 350 volts going to the amplifier section and had about 150 volts going to the tuner section. So when I got it home, I checked it out and then found out that this tube here was putting out about 160 volts, 165 volts. This one here was putting out about 350. So I thought, okay, well this would work, but the problem was it only had one 6.3 volt output on it without a center tap. And the other transformer that was in here had two 6.3 volt outputs on it, because it had a 6.3 volt with a center tap for the filaments in the amplifier section and for the lights. And then the other 6.3 volt section had no center tap, which supplied the voltage for the filaments in the tuner section. So what I did is I bought a power transformer with a center tap in it, so that way I could supply the filament voltage for the amplifier section and for the lights, and then use this one over here to supply the filament voltage for the tuner section. So I went through, replaced all the electrolytics, some resistors in the front end that had gone off value in the preamp section, and got it all wired up, and it all worked. The chassis I had made at a metal shop here not too far from where I live, so that way there I could have the transformer mounted in here. Then I just put the wires together, then stuck them into this plug. This is where the old power transformer used to sit. So anyway, I'll give a quick demonstration of it. Okay, let's try that again. I accidentally pulled the knob off, pulled it too hard.
Offered star 72413. Available on AT&T home stores only. Digital Life available in limited zip codes. New 2-year agreement with qualified voice and data plans on device and new 2-year Digital Life agreement required. Early termination fees and other fees, terms, and restrictions apply on both. Visit our participating store or att.com/deal disclaimers for additional offer requirements.
Don't write yourself off yet. Never been. We're called toll free. I'm from. You want to survive the black top. I caught the first bus I could hop from there. The economy. Sweet. But encouragement, I will.
There's a
for the encouragement. Thank you very much for the encouragement.
Now, if I remember correctly, if I know correctly, this thing was made in 1958. Now, the FM tuner in this thing is not stereo, but it has the feature to do AM and FM at the same time. You get the AM at the right channel, I think. Or no, AM at the left channel and FM at the right. Now, from what I understand, is back when they made this, I guess they were trying to do stereo, and they would broadcast the left channel on AM, and the right channel was your FM. So that was about the time, I guess, FM stereo then finally came about when this thing was made.
This is Tara Hayes, and you're listening to Atlanta's new country leader.
94.9 The Bull.
Then the speaker selector up here is just for speakers in here in my workroom, and then the speakers over in the bedroom. So, alright. Thanks for watching.